So I've just taken a look at my calories again and reconfigured some stuff. Not because I'm really getting hungry. I'm not actually. Famous last words. I know I've had some hungry points during the week, but I think it's during my cycle as well. Like wherever I am in that, I will get hungrier and vice versa. But I've had a bit of a reconfigure of my calories, and I've added my protein shake back in the morning. I just think I need to stretch out my protein a little bit more during the day. I don't know why I didn't think about it before. Sorry, my protein shake, I don't know why I took it out. I thought because I didn't really give a shit about it and it doesn't really fill me. That's not what it's about, is it? It's about how far along my protein is and spread out throughout the day, and I want to try and hit 20 grams of protein in each meal increment that I have. So I've done that, hitting the same calories. I've taken it out of, I've stretched things out around my carbs. It will make my yogurt meal that I have in an evening a lot nicer, because at the minute I'm packing a couple, like 1.5 scoops of protein into that, and it is gritty. As good as that perform protein is, that is gritty. It's too much for how much yogurt I'm having. So I've had a look at that. This will be the first time I've changed the amounts of like chicken, rice and beef that I have in my meals. The first time in a very, very long time. So I'm so glad that I do things the way I do and cook everything on a Sunday, because I'm gonna have to keep checking that every day to get into a new routine of how many grams is in what. But yeah, I've taken it from a lot of carbs. And yeah, that's it really. Now I know I'm not the only person that must do this. I buy like 700 and like 950 grams of beef and then only use a certain amount, and then the last 100 I put into little bags and put them in the freezer. So today is that day, baby. It's beef day. Fuck. So that, ladies and gents, is the week's food cooked. Kitchen looks like a war zone, but really is a piece of piss. Dieting isn't that bad. Dieting isn't bad. It's what you make of it, isn't it? I've actually spread my protein out and everything's kind of allocated in a really healthy position. So dieting doesn't have to be shit. You heard it here first. Man, look how tired I look. Promise I'm not. I've got to take one of these meals, or both, one or two of these meals to my dad's. Do you know what? On a rest day, weekend rest day, I'm not hungry. Don't know if that's good or bad, but I'm not starving. I'm not really that arsed, which is good, I guess, because being hungry is not a nice thing to feel. But yeah, I'll get them in, but I'm gonna go and get some steps in now, tidy myself up a bit, and yeah, start the Andy free week. It's gonna be weird, everybody. Yes, I am that person that's still obsessed with my boyfriend after 3.5 years. Nice though, innit? Cute. I don't even know if you can tell. I've just gone to the toilet and pulling my leggings back up. It's like Ross from Friends trying to get them leather pants up. My legs are so wet through with sweat. I couldn't put my leggings on. Yeah, rather than go home and sort that out. Gonna go pose. So starting my quarter tones with my front pose, flaring the lats, hips back and showing off the shoulders. Transition here, showing off that tricep and the back and having my hips to the side. And a side pose. Showing off the glute a little and flaring the lats at the top. Another transition into the back shot, which flares the lats and shows off all the muscles in the back and the glutes and the hamstrings. Another transition and the same side pose but on the other side. So making sure that that hand doesn't cover that glute, and slightly leaning forward on show day to give the impression of the X frame with the judges. So there, my quarter turns done, and now we go on to the mandatory overhead poses. So front double bicep. These all might change depending on how I lean out, but then we've got another transition to the side, showing off the bicep and the back. Another cheeky little pose there, showing off the back, and a single bicep overhead. Showing off the lat flare, the chest and the bicep there. And another side transition into overhead back shot. So X frame, wide at the top, narrow at the waist and wide at the bottom again. Another lat flare on that transition at the bottom. And into a side pose there, which just shows off the chest and the tricep, into a double bicep. And then back to the beginning. Good morning, it's Tuesday. I did some posing practice last night, which you'll have just seen. And I'm not happy with it. I feel like because my posing is good for where I'm at, I've started to get a bit complacent with it, and that is absolutely the opposite of what I need and want. So posing practice is going to be introduced every day, and that's posing practice with heels as well. Very, very different, posing with your heels off and heels on. Last night I felt a bit wobbly and I got a really bad cramp. I did it after my cardio, so I was going to be knackered, but I want to turn up in the best condition that I possibly can and turn up with the best posing that I possibly can. And then I can't really be disappointed because everything else is out of my control, like who turns up on the day. So something that I wasn't prepared for, but probably should have been prepared for, is hair maintenance. Man, my hair is gross. I have really, that was professional. I have really coarse, thick, curly, wavy, dry hair that I wash once a week, and I can get away with that. It doesn't really get greasy. I very rarely use dry shampoo on it. It can last the week. Not anymore. Not anymore. All that sweat makes my scalp itchy as hell, and it is gross. So something that I should have been prepared for and wasn't is hair maintenance. It's not a problem, but it's just something I didn't think about. So this is probably as cute as it's gonna get for a little while. I don't use a lot of heat on it. I've been really trying not to use heat. Other than drying it, I don't use heat styling. I've been doing that for a long time because I really want my hair to be as long and as healthy as it possibly can on stage, and I've been doing that for probably since last September. Yeah, I reckon that's probably about right. I use socks to sleep in. I put it in braids. I'm just trying to leave it the hell alone so that I look like a goddess. So yeah, I've just been untrained back, which I fucking love at the moment. I'm looking really good. Did some posing, gonna do more posing tonight. I didn't like how I looked last night. I think it was down to the fact that I just felt a bit out of the I just did my cardio, my legs were wobbly. I had to have a little bit of salt because I was cramping. I don't think it was the best time to do posing at all, but it's put me on a bit, it's put me on edge a little bit about where I'm at with posing. So that is going to be a daily occurrence from now on after my cardio. I've got my shoes in the car and we're just going to absolutely smash it. Yeah, day 2 of Andy not being home feels really, really weird. He's my best mate at the end of the day, and it's just a bit shit that he's not here. And, you know, it keeps me going when I am a bit tired and feeling a bit meh, which I did last night. Good morning, it is Wednesday and I am working from home today. I've got a little furry friend joining me today that I am dog sitting for the night, so that will make the house feel a little less lonely, I suppose. I did some posing last night, as I said I would. I'm going to do some more tonight. I've got 2 pairs of posing shoes and I think it's time to hang one of the pairs up. It's really, really important to get the right posing shoes for you. I originally bought this pair because they were glittery. I liked the look of them. They added a little bit more sparkle to everything. Truthfully though, my feet are too wide for them. I used my other pair at my last posing lesson and they were loads more comfortable. So much more comfortable, and I think it will help with the shaky legs just using those, but they don't look as nice. They're not glitzy or glam or anything like that. They're just very plain. I might dress them up for show day if I can be bothered, or if I can get someone else to do it. But for now, I think I need to make sure I'm posing in those heels that I'm going to wear on stage rather than the ones that are glitzy shitsy. Compact is where I got my shoes from. They're really, really helpful finding the right shoes for you. And if you message them, you know, Jasmine's amazing and she'll say what she thinks will suit you best. I did message her and asked about them, and I think she even advised me against them. And I bought them anyway, so it's my own fault. But I've gone for shoes that are a bit wider now, and they are so much more comfortable. So I'm going to take those with me tonight. So now I'm just waiting for my furry friend to get here. I trained legs this morning. It went really, really nicely. My knee is starting to get a little bit sore though, so I'm a bit concerned about that. I'm not training legs again until Saturday, so hopefully I'm just going to rest it in that time. I'm not going to be doing too much today, and I'm going to try and rest as I'm working from home, so life shouldn't be so strenuous or stressful. The office can sometimes do that anyway. Just the environment itself can put a bit of pressure on you and make you feel like you should be working a million miles an hour, and that's not necessarily the case. So yeah, that's me today. Rest day tomorrow, I think. I definitely need it. Definitely need it. I need to sort out my supplements later. Yeah, I think that's really it for today. At the minute, everything's going at quite a slow pace. Have I seen any improvements in my physique? I think so. Everything feels a little bit looser. Am I starting to look a little bit better? When I was posing last night, I looked pretty lean in my midsection that it's coming in. I'm trying not to think about it too much, and I'm trying not to compare myself. As I said in my vlog last week, I've started watching other people's show day and prep vlogs, and I'm going to have to stop because I don't think it's doing me any good. And I think I am going to limit my time on social media just so that I can get through whatever this stage of prep is, where I am just comparing myself to everyone. And it's not comparing myself and how much muscle density or like muscle mass we've got, either of us have got. It's about the stage that people are at in prep. You know, I'm watching videos of people that are 11 weeks out and thinking, fucking hell, we look real different. And, you know, I don't feel like I'm that lean. And am I behind? It's not good for me. It's not good for me at all. And it's so easily done, even though I'm avoiding it and I'm avoiding things on social media and not comparing myself in that way. It's so easy to slip into it. So the only thing that I can possibly do is limit my time on social media, I think, and just really, really hone in on thinking about myself and cracking on. But yeah, a lot better mentally this week. Come a long way. But yeah, everything's still a bit slow going at the moment, but I guess slow is good. My legs still look really full, which I'm enjoying, but also slightly concerned about. I think one of my massive worries was I've not had all of this muscle for very long. So what if I lose it straight away? And because it's not really mature muscle, some of it I've built in the last year or so, and it's only, my quads are only just starting to really harden, and your mind goes to such weird places, all the things that you worry about that you really shouldn't. So my legs are still looking quite big, which is nice. It's such a strange journey to be on. Hello. So this is my house guest for the next couple of days, keeping me company. She's pretty chill. She has the longest eyelashes I've ever seen. She doesn't like walking in the rain, so she's got a rude awakening coming up, unfortunately, because we've got to get some steps in, haven't we, babes? Good morning. It is Thursday. I've got my little mate with me. I didn't sleep very well last night because of the storm, which bodes well for me, because if the storm just hello. If the storm gets really bad, then the chances are I will be working Friday night. I'm on duty. I've spoken before about my job, but I'm going to do a bit of a sit down all about me anyway at some point, where I'll cover it in a bit more detail. But I work in emergency planning, and we have a 24-hour, 24/7 duty rota, and I'm duty 2 today, and I'm duty 1 tomorrow. When you're duty 1, you'll be the one that gets the first call. Duty 2, you just pick up as and when duty 1 can't, and if it takes 2 of you, you both go out, kind of thing. We've got a hazard assessment teleconference today, which means that just lots of different agencies come together and assess the hazard and see whether extra shifts need to be put on by anybody, and what's happening, and if they think so, whether a cell needs to be formed over at police headquarters, which I think is worst case scenario, but I'm not sure whether it will, because there's been another storm last night. I don't know whether it will have actually blown it away, and that sounds stupid, but that does happen. So I'm going to keep an eye on the weather updates today, because if I'm working through the night on Friday, or if there's a potential that I will be, I want to make sure I get everything in that I need to. I'm going to get up and do my rest day cardio soon. I have so many meetings today, just because of the weather and various other things. So just had the hazard assessment teleconference and decided that I will be working from the police force control room tomorrow. So my routine will be a little bit out of whack, but it should be fine. I will do a shift early doors until probably about 2ish, and then I'll go to the gym and train then, which will break the day up. Actually, there probably won't be anybody there at that time, which might be nice, and just have an early roll into the weekend. Anything that comes in overnight might be interesting, but I shouldn't get anything storm related. It'll only really be things like 5-pump fires, or if a rest centre needs to be opened, if there has been like a mass.
I didn't catch that. Could you try again?
My watch keeps listening to me and I hate it.
I don't understand. My watch keeps listening to me and I hate it.
I can't see there being much more involvement for me storm-wise, unless a rest centre needs to be opened. Okay, so it's about 10 to 6. I'm just packing to go up to HQ. I've got both of those meals. I don't know how long I'm going to be up there. I reckon from until about 2 o'clock. So it's not going to be a massively long day, but I want to make sure I've got everything with me rather than feel like I'm going to skip a meal. I've got both those meals. I've got PM supplements. I've got a couple of sauces in there. And then in here, I've got my scales, my peanut butter, a bagel, my shake that I'm going to try and leave as long as possible that I have before I have it, sorry. Just because I've eaten my breakfast an hour earlier than I normally would, which isn't too bad in the grand scheme of things. I've got crispy bars in here for post-workout, which will probably be about 4 o'clock-ish, which means I can probably get away with taking that as normal before I work out. And then I will have my supplement needs EAAs as an intra. So, yeah. Hello. It's Friday night. I finished at Police HQ at about 2. The weather was shocking, so... Oh, sorry, that was my duty phone going off. I stuck around until about 2:30 because it was really busy. I wanted to give a decent handover and the weather was bad. I didn't really want to be driving in it. My training session went really, really well, and I even threw in some extra shoulders because I was just really into it and it was nice. Cardio was really, really tough, and I stayed a little bit longer to make sure that my calorie adjustment was what it normally is that I'm burning on there. Steady state, it was just a lower beats per minute really, and I just wanted to make sure that it was done. I filmed fuck all this week in the way of training, and not a lot's been going on, but today's been a bit of a weird one where I've had to kind of be a bit more dynamic, which is good because it means that I can do it whilst I'm on prep. Incidents happen and I need to get on with it. Today's been really bad for Lincolnshire with Storm Eunice, so we've had a lot of felled trees, RTAs, lorries overturned, lots of damage. In the grand scheme of things, not like elsewhere in the country, but not a great day, and the incident room has been really busy. So glad it's the weekend. I'm on duty tonight, whatever. Andy's home tomorrow and I'm really looking forward to it. I'll get my training done first thing in the morning, get it out of the way so that when he's home we can just spend the weekend together, because I really, really have missed him this week. It has been lonely without him, and do you know what? I haven't really felt in the mood to vlog anything. Nothing's been going on because I've just been keeping myself to myself, and when I get home I've been busy. I haven't really felt like anything because I've just been tired and getting some early nights, which actually I've really felt good from this week. Today I am definitely feeling a lot more tired because I was up at 5 for work, and yeah, I'm looking forward to an early night tonight as well if I can get one. What a rock star. I didn't mention I had a really, really, really good posing session today. Really, really happy with it. It's better than, I feel better about it than I did at the start of the week. Practice makes perfect, doesn't it? So I just need to keep at that and make sure that that is a daily thing going forward, which it has been this week, to be fair, with heels on as well. I forgot to change my heels over to the wider fit ones, which was annoying. They definitely contribute. I tried my posing in between my training and my cardio because I did them both at the same time today. A lot of difference. I think I need to probably do my posing practice at the end of my training session rather than doing it after my cardio, or do it before, whatever. Either or. After cardio isn't the one. My legs are wobbly. I'm like Bambi. It's not good. Finally getting some food. It's been a long old day. What a messy kitchen. I need to tidy everything up before Andy comes home so that he can just see that I've got my shit together. I don't need him. My check-in is so good this week. I don't understand what's happened. I've done everything the same as last week, but I am 1.5 kilos down, which is 3.3 pounds. 3.3 pounds. I've just sent it off to Jenna, and I might as well have just been like, I can't wait to see what she says. Good Good morning, it is now Sunday and we are officially 10 weeks out. My feedback yesterday was to change absolutely nothing. Coach is really happy. 1980 calories on a training day, 1750 on a rest day, 45 minutes cardio 6 days a week, and 10k steps, which I go over all the time. What are they normally? About 12,000, between 12 and 15,000 a day. We're just gonna chill and enjoy being together because we've missed each other a lot. And we pick up our house guest this afternoon, who will feature on next week's vlog. Really good, I'm on track. That drop was much needed and it's made me feel really good about where I'm at. Lots to dig out. It's weird that next week we'll be in single figures, which is terrifying, and there's still so much left to do, whether that's with physique wise or just everything else. But we'll get there. We'll get there and I'll take you along the way.